everybody, Michelle here, and it is time for Tidbit Tuesday. So yeah, it is Tuesday. So Tidbit Tuesday, if you haven't watched before, is just a weekly episode in which I share little tidbits of information, either something that I've read, something that I've heard, something that I'm dealing with, something that is, just in my mind that week or that day. Maybe some sort of grammatical lesson because, I'm an English teacher. First thing I want to talk about in today's Tidbits Tuesday is the cell phone and driving. Now, you've probably seen, at least in the United States, I'm not sure about if they're doing these kind of campaigns in other countries. I assume that they are. But in the US, they're always saying, don't text and drive. It can wait, because there have been fatalities and harmful injuries with wrecks from people texting while driving, and people do it all the time. I have to admit that I have done it. I am guilty of checking a text or checking something real quick when I'm driving, and it is no, I gotta quit doing that. And if my kids were doing that, I would kill them. So that's what I want to say. Don't be doing it. And it's not just the texting. I see people all the time. I'll be behind them, and this happened today when I was driving with my kid. She was driving, and the light had turned green and nobody was moving, and she did a little honk, and of course the person in front of us was on their fucking phone, and so they didn't see the light turn green. Okay, you can wait until you get to wherever you're at before you look at the phone. You don't have to pull out the phone at a fucking red light. A red light's 20 seconds, right? So yeah, that's ridiculous. So that's my first tidbit. Stop doing it. If you're a mom, set a good example for your kids. If you're a dad, set a good example for your kids. Don't be on the phone. Don't answer calls. Don't make calls. Don't text. Don't check text, don't Snapchat. That's another thing. Now that I've been on Snapchat for a while, people snap and drive all the time. And that is so dangerous. I've done it in the car, not while I'm driving. I'll stop and, do a quick snap. Why can't you do that? Just stop. Do it when you're stopped. So yeah, that's my first tidbit for you is quit doing it. Quit doing it. Quit doing it. My second tidbit has to do with marijuana. So, why is it still illegal? Recreationally in most of the states in the United States. Why? I don't get it. I really don't, because if you look statistically, alcohol is way more dangerous than marijuana as far as causing accidents and addiction, so on and so forth. What's wrong with it? I don't smoke it only because I don't like this way it smells. I'm very sensitive in that way, and I just don't like the way it smells. So, it's not for me. But if I could get it in an oil form or another form, I would try it in a heartbeat for my migraines. If I could eat it, in a heartbeat, I would do it for my migraines if it were legal. In Indiana, where I live, it is illegal, and I just don't understand it. I don't think the government realizes how much money they could make if they regulated it and made it legal, and how many jobs could be created. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous this day and age that something that is so innocuous is illegal. Now, I know I'm going to get some backlash for this because you're going to tell me that there are bad things associated with it. Getting high causes, decreased motor functions and so on and so forth. I get it. Believe me, I get it. But, you smoke a joint and then take a couple shots of whiskey, drink a couple beers, and then tell me the difference there. Because, alcohol is way more dangerous. It affects your motor skills way more. than marijuana. So that's what I think. I think it should be legal everywhere. I think, you know, if we could legalize it and regulate it, I'm not saying that I want to be walking through Meijer next to somebody who's, you know, smoking a blunt with my kids with me, you know what I mean? No, you know, we'll regulate it just like cigarettes. You can't smoke in the public places. You can't smoke weed in the public place, you know. I get it that we don't want it, you know, next to our kids and whatnot. We don't want it in the schools and so forth. So we regulate it, you know, and imagine what it could do to the jails and to our criminal justice system. Maybe our jails wouldn't be overcrowded. What you think? What you think? We need to legalize it here in every state. I've heard talk that my little state of Indiana is in the works for legalizing it, and I hope that it's not a rumor. I hope it is true, because I want to try and see what it will do for my migraines. Now, like I said, I don't like the smell of it, so I'm not going to be smoking it most likely, but you know, I know you can get it in other forms, so I would definitely try it for my migraines. So anyway, leave me some comments down below and let me know what you think about this issue, and if there are other issues or tidbits that you would like to hear me talk about. I would love to entertain those ideas. Give me a thumbs up and please subscribe so you don't miss another Tidbit Tuesday, and I hope you will have a lovely day.